I just had a panic attack in front of a group of people while the man yelling at me recorded it. Today was an easy day with a whopping 8 arrivals. I am a college student, so I take advantage of this time and do a whole bunch of homework. However, the universe had a different plan for me. My manager is the worst, and within this last month she fired 2 FDAs and 2 of them quit due to her management. I just put in my 2 weeks along with another FDA. Over half of our staff is brand new, and have been thrown onto desk with little to no training. One major rule of this job is we do not touch third-party advanced purchases under any circumstances. Well, a new hire did touch an adverb purchase and change the dates for them. What happens is, the virtual credit card will only work for the previous date, not the current one. Max checked in and I was unable to run that VCC. He let me know that he called and changed the dates, and I immediately knew we messed up. I informed him that I was unable to check him in, and that one of our new hires gave him false information. He immediately called his wife. She screamed at me, demanded I put him in a room right now, and instructed her husband to start recording me and everything I say. I informed him that since it was our mistake, he could contact my general manager and go through the process of a refund. However, I would have to make a new reservation for him tonight and grab a new payment method. I have to commend the guy. It seems like he finally found his own voice and he started screaming at me along with his wife via speakerphone. I was proud of him for finally speaking up for himself, but he was horrid. He stood in my lobby, while a crowd of men formed around him. He called me useless, while he recorded me, a 20-year-old girl, sobbing. I have never been yelled at to this extent before in my life, let alone while being recorded in front of a crowd. I had called my manager 3 times, because that was the only thing that would calm him down at that moment. She never answered. I told the guy he needed to leave. I have the right to refuse anyone's service, and he refused and told me I should probably call the cops. I'm alone. When a guy says you should call the cops on him, I'm calling the cops on him. The dispatcher told me to try and get away from him. She could hear him screaming at me through the phone. Cops arrived promptly and finally separated us. I told them I wanted him trespassed and they honored it. I heard Max yelling at the police, "Well, she has no authority over this hotel, it seems. How can she trespass me?" He also demanded to the police that they should just arrest him now. He was finally escorted off the premises. My general manager finally called me back and said I should have just comped his room, but she was understanding of my decision to trespass him. I just had an almost panic attack in front of a group of people while the man yelling at me recorded it. Awesome. This group of people, though they didn't stick up for me much, all made statements to the police officers defending me. Max was telling the police he never yelled at me. They each came up to me and complimented how I handled things. Periodically through the night they would come down and check on me, which was very nice of them. Update: I just had a panic attack in front of a group of people while the man yelling at me recorded it. When I went back on Thursday, the most outrageous thing happened to me. I was fired. My general manager told me that when I called her I sounded anxious and asked me why I took Sunday off. I let her know that I needed to decompress, because I felt a lot of anxiety after dealing with that situation by myself. She then fired me because I was too anxious during that situation, and she does not feel like this job is for me. I was transparent with her when I started working. I have been clinically diagnosed with 2 anxiety disorders, both of which I had under control, and it never affected my work performance. The situation on Saturday was handled well, nobody was hurt, and I was still able to do my normal job duties during the incident and after. Yet, I was fired. I think anybody with anxiety or not would have felt that fear I felt if they were a young female alone, such as me. Although I was quitting next week anyways, I feel humiliated. Screw that place. My goal now is to illustrate a picture of all her poor management, given over half the staff has quit, the other half fired, and I will be sending that to her boss.